Whether you work in project management or not, you have probably heard of the famous Gantt chart. In this video, I'll show you how to easily create a Gantt chart in Excel. I'll also share a secret hack to create an advanced Gantt chart in seconds that you won't want to miss at the end of this video. But first, let's go over what a Gantt chart is. A Gantt chart is a horizontal bar chart that visually represents a project plan over time. Each horizontal bar represents the duration of a task by plotting the date range of the task. Gantt charts are great for project management and ensuring a project runs on schedule. To create a Gantt chart in Excel, first things first, you need to format the chart. All you need to do is list the project's tasks down a column with each task's start date and end date in the columns next to it. I already did this for this example for the sake of time, but as you can see here, I listed all of the tasks for our upcoming product launch, along with each task's start date and end date in columns B through D. Next, you'll need to list all of the dates you want to include in your Gantt chart across the top row of the table. In this case, I listed each week to condense the chart, but you can also list each day if you want your chart on a more granular level. Once we have the chart set up, we can use conditional formatting to create the Gantt chart by highlighting each cell that falls within the start and end dates. To do this, first select all of the cells in the chart area, then open the conditional formatting dropdown on the Home tab, select New Rule, and choose Use a Formula to determine which cells to format. Now we just need to write a formula that checks to see if the date in row 4 falls within the date range of each task. To do this, we need to use the AND function to check if the date is greater than the start date and less than the end date. So I'm going to go ahead and type equals and then enter the first condition by selecting the date in cell E4, locking the row in place by pressing F4, entering the greater than or equal to sign, and selecting the start date in cell C5. Once again, don't forget to lock this column in place by pressing F4. Now we just need to add the second condition that checks to see if the date is less than the end date by selecting the date in cell E4, entering the less than or equal to symbol, and then selecting the end date in cell D5. Now that we've written our formula, all we have to do is select the fill color we want to highlight the cells in our Gantt chart by selecting the Format button and choosing any color. Once you've selected the color, hit OK. Double check one more time to ensure that you've locked all of the rows and columns containing the dates in the formula, and then hit OK to create the Gantt chart. Now every cell in our Gantt chart is highlighted where the date falls within the task's start date and end date. The best part about this is that it's dynamic, so if we update any of the start or end dates, our Gantt chart will automatically update. This Gantt chart is great for tracking a straightforward project, but if you are working on a more complex project, you may need to have phases, assign tasks to different employees, track progress on individual tasks, and so on. Now, I know that this sounds like it might take hours to build out, but believe it or not, we can actually create this in seconds. All you have to do is go to the File tab, select New, and then type Gantt into the search bar. Now just select this simple Gantt chart template, and within seconds, we have an advanced Gantt chart ready to go. All we need to do is fill it out by entering each task, who the task is assigned to, the start date and end date of each task, and the chart will automatically update. You can even enter the progress of each task to make sure you're on track to finish by the deadline. With your new Gantt chart skills, there are no more excuses for not completing a project on time. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn even more, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a video.